Hi, PerspectaWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, November 19th. Probably the biggest story of this week will be the brutal cold Arctic air mass that arrives in the northeastern part of the country, the mid-Atlantic region, for Thanksgiving Day. Could turn out to be one of the coldest, if not the coldest, Thanksgiving Day for many spots in the mid-Atlantic northeastern part of the nation. Again, very, very cold air for this time of year. Some 25 degrees below normal will pour into the region on Wednesday night. Thursday could see high temperatures struggling to get out of the 20s in Philadelphia, New York City, a struggle to reach the freezing mark in Washington, D.C. Just a terribly cold day in New York City for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. This is the 850 temperature anomaly forecast map for Thursday afternoon. Again, just brutally cold for this time of the year, some 25 degrees below normal, and again, it could have record cold Thanksgiving Day in many spots. I believe the record in Philadelphia, for example, is 30 degrees from 1996. That is in jeopardy. We could hold in the upper 20s even in the city of Philadelphia for Thanksgiving Day. Once we move beyond this, that cold Arctic air will begin to retreat by the early part of the weekend, and here we have another conflict here in the atmosphere with warmer than normal air butting up against colder than normal air, and that usually is a focus for precipitation. Indeed, it looks like there'll be a storm system over the weekend. Probably odds favor rain, but with this cold air still lingering along the coast come Friday night, early Saturday, cannot completely rule out the chance for some sleet at the early part of this storm system. Here we go into the weekend. Looks like there'll be some rain around here in the mid-Atlantic region, and then another cold air mass will follow the early part of next week. Well, let's now take a look at the surface forecast maps from last night's 6C GFS model run. These maps available on tropicaltidbits.com. A little bit of a couple of weak systems that may impact the region over the next 48 hours or so. The real cold front comes through during the day on Wednesday. The cold front of significance. Very cold Wednesday night, Thursday night. Again, one of the coldest Thanksgiving days ever. Lots of clouds around this morning, some patchy fog. Could be a little bit of brightening this afternoon. And then a weak frontal system arrives late tonight. Can be a rain shower or two late tonight, early tomorrow morning. A little bit colder for sure. Colder tomorrow afternoon compared to this afternoon. Again, not far from 50 degrees. This afternoon in the I-95 corridor region, perhaps low to mid-40s with a wind on Tuesday. But that cold shot for tomorrow will be reinforced right here by Wednesday night. A very strong Arctic frontal system backed up by very strong high pressure in the southern part of Canada arrives Wednesday night. Bitter cold by Thursday morning. The morning of Thanksgiving Day will be very cold indeed, with a strong breeze. Again, high temperatures may struggle to get out of the 20s in Philadelphia and New York City. A struggle to reach the freezing mark in Washington, D.C. The teens very likely, perhaps as early as early Thursday morning, but certainly likely late Thursday night into Friday morning. That high pressure moving right on top of the region by Friday. That will then slowly push off the coast, and we'll see all of this moisture gathering itself here by late Friday night, early Saturday morning. Look at this, a little bit of pink here. And again, cannot rule out the possibility of some sleet at the beginning of this system here early Saturday. But right now, it looks like primarily a rain event for the weekend as low pressure forms near the eastern seaboard. But again, the big story of the week will be the Arctic cold for Thanksgiving Day. Well, one final map I'd like to show are the temperature anomalies at 2 meters. It's basically surface temperature anomalies for the month to date. This is from Weather Bell Analytics. It encompasses the U.S. and Canada. Just look at how widespread this is. Virtually the entire nation is colder than normal for the month of November so far, and certainly no reason to change this over the next several days. We have some brutal cold Arctic air, for example, moving into the northeastern quadrant of the nation, but especially cold across central Canada, the central U.S. Again, it's been quite a cold month. Temperatures have averaged almost 3 degrees below normal Philadelphia for the month so far, about 2 degrees in D.C. and New York City. And again, this month of November could turn out, could feature one of the coldest Thanksgiving days ever for the Mid-Atlantic region and Northeast U.S. That's it for now. For PerspectaWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.